Hello and welcome to my kitchen. Thank you subscribers. We are now 10k plus. How about a sinful buttery cookie today? It's a fairly simple recipe. You will be able to bake it perfectly. Let's bake. You want interesting tried and tested recipes? Do subscribe and check out my other videos. Let's start with the construction material for the recipe. All-purpose flour or Maida, butter softened at room temperature, superfine sugar, almond meal or almond flour, any jam or preserve, some chilled milk, baking powder and vanilla essence. Add in the baking powder into the maida or flour and give it a mix. If you are using unsalted butter, make sure to add in a pinch of salt, mix it well and keep it aside. I'll use an electrical beater to beat the butter. You could use a wooden spoon instead. Add in the sugar and the vanilla extract. Beat it till it's light and fluffy. It's already starting to look a bit paler. That looks nice and fluffy. I'll add in a bit of the flour and baking powder mixture. Mix it up. Now mix the almond meal or almond flour into the all-purpose flour. Give it a mix. Now that's ready to go in. Scrape the sides with the spatula. Add in the rest of the flour mix. I'll use the spatula to mix it in. Add in a bit of chilled milk if you feel that the mixture is looking a bit dry. Clean up the blades. That looks like a nice dough. Tip it out onto your work surface. Sprinkle some flour and just give it a light knead. It's already come together. Divide it into 2 equal portions. And wrap them up in cling film. Rest them in the fridge for half an hour. Take a baking tray and just line it with butter paper or parchment paper or a silicone mat, whatever you have. That's ready. We'll also require some cookie cutters and some other smaller cutters. So let's just keep them ready. I've just taken out the dough from the fridge. Sprinkle some flour on the work surface. So it will be a good idea to let the dough rest for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then it becomes a bit soft and easier for you to roll. Keep turning it as you roll it out. It should be about 1/8 inch thick. Cut out the cookies. So we need one for the base and one for the top. I'm using a heart-shaped cutter and I'll do the same thing. Just cut out even numbers so that you have a matching top and a bottom. I'm using smaller cutters to cut out the center. So just remove the extra. Use a knife, lift out the cookies and place them on the sheet. And just get them all onto the tray. Line them up with a little bit of space between them. Just gather up the leftover dough and roll it again. If you feel it's become a bit loose, then put it in the fridge for about 10 minutes. Once the dough has been rolled out and cut into cookies, it's time to bake them. Bake in a preheated oven at 180 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. The cookies are right out of the oven and it took about 12 minutes to bake them. I'll let them cool slightly before I get them out. Just to show you one. Isn't that beautiful? That's perfectly baked. Let them cool on a wire rack. Once the cookies have cooled down completely, in a strainer, just add in a bit of icing sugar and dust the cookies. See how pretty that looks. Notice that I am only dusting the top part of the cookies. So the next step would be to match the bases with the tops. Now all you have to do is get your jam or your preserve ready. Take a little bit and put it right on top of the base cookie in the center. Prepare only as many cookies as you want to consume right away. Now here comes the best part. Just lift the top and place it on the bottom part of the cookie. Press it down so that the jam oozes out a bit through the cut on top. Try the recipe. If you like it, leave your feedback in the comment section and share it with your friends. As for the rest of them, arrange them in an airtight box and store them for later. And there they are. Aren't they gorgeous? These cookies are a real treat. Kids love them and adults crave them. Really. Remember to click the bell icon when you subscribe.